Hello, everybody. This is Freud Bombardier, and welcome back to another live stream. And yes, we're back on Traits of World 2. I am joined once again by Idiot Russell, and Andrew is here as well. Russell,
What?
the subscribers.
Hello.
Haha.
Hi, I guess.
Alrighty then. So welcome to Traits of World 2 once again. Second time. This time we're on the London Commuter route. And I should turn on the lights. There we go. That will do. So, London Commuter. Welcome to this route on the channel. And yeah, first live stream, or no, first any kind of content in nearly 2 months. Yep, I've been away for a little bit, and don't worry, I have an explanation as to why. In fact, I have multiple things to talk about here at the beginning of this live stream. Things such as where I've been, what's to come, and also, since we're playing Train Sim World, I got Train Sim World 3 to talk about as well, because Train Sim World 3 was revealed the other day. Also, Russ, I think you have a fan blowing in your microphone. The submarines can hear it. Yeah. Alright then, so, and then it's gonna be story time with Top Gear 2.0. Haha. There'll be standard Southern.
Spoiler alert, London is atrocious.
Yeah. Alright, so for today, got a standard painted Class 377. Next to me, though, is a MBTA Class 77. Yeah, if you guys look out for the train, you'll see some custom paints, which I made myself. There are 5 of them that you will probably see today. First, we just saw the first one, and also a glimpse of the second one. So let's, yeah. So then, what's the plan for this live stream? Well, it's gonna be a round trip. Gonna be driving this Southern train from London to Brighton, and we'll drive a Gatwick Express train back from Brighton to London. Alright, so I guess this from the beginning of the journey. We're just gonna go to Clapham Junction. Alright, so first thing to mention about the bat in regards to the stream. So for this live stream, I am trying out some new settings because, oh hey, there's another train. There's a second painted train that is a Deutsche Bahn Class 377. And right behind this 377 there is another custom paint that is the Class 377. Well, obviously it's 577. It's a Class 377 in the Trini Railway Express paint job. And there's the MBTA Class 377 behind us. There's also some Southeast stuff. There's a Class 465, and also not too far behind that is a Southeastern Class 375. Yes, I've also got the Southeastern stuff installed just because, you know, their layers. Basically, I got every single possible layer for this route installed. Because I like seeing traffic. But as I was saying, I'm trying out some new live stream settings because I wasn't really happy with the quality of the, oh my god, another one. Okay, well, we've just seen them all. There is a Go Transit Class 77, so that is 4 out of 5 already that we've seen it. We haven't even left, well, we're just now leaving London Victoria. And I like how the one livery we still haven't quite seen yet is probably the most hilarious of them all, and you will see that one in due time, I'm sure. Alright then, so I guess we're gonna go around Battersea Park Station. But as I said, I'm trying to say, new live stream settings because I was not happy with the quality of the live stream from before, because about a month ago I did my first live stream here on Train Sim World 2 playing the Boston Sprinter route. And I tried to fix the quality and just couldn't do it, and in the end just wasn't really happy with it. So I went to the OBS forums, tried to find some solutions, and I will say that these new settings have improved the quality by quite a bit. It's a lot more clear now. It's nowhere near as blurry. You can actually see stuff. I can turn the camera and not, it won't go all blurry and stuff. Now, with that being said, however, there is going to be there could be the occasional frame drop. I'm still not 100% satisfied with these settings. Wish I could make this better, but I'm not that great at streaming as it turns out, so I've done the stream settings to the best of my ability. So if if you guys have any suggestions for how I can improve the quality of the live stream, please let me know. Also, if you hear any background noise through my microphone, that is my air conditioner, which I need to have turned on because it is the middle of summertime, and yeah, I try to turn off like all sort of fans or whatever just to make the room as quiet as possible. But today, though, that is unavoidable because if I turn off the air conditioner, I am going to die of heat stroke, and that'd be bad.
Tony lived a good life.
Yo, mala! Alright, so we're almost coming up to our first stop of the day is Clapham Junction, which I believe is the busiest station in the whole of Britain, with a million different platforms. I'm being overtaken by the MBTA train. I believe that's the same train that was actually next to us. I don't remember. Alright, well, we're a bit ahead of schedule, so we don't have to get on the funnel too hard. Actually, we're a whole minute and a half at a schedule, so we can just glide into it. And there is the fifth livery. It is none other than the Blue Japanese Train, or aka the Odaiku 4000 from Trains Simulator thingamajig.
Oh no.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so in case you didn't know, so the actual the Blue Japanese Train is seen and built at Show 37. That is actually just the closest thing that we actually have to a Blue Japanese Train. The actual Blue Japanese Train that the story is based on was the Odaiku 4000 in the trains world. And because this is a monumental occasion, I decided to make it in Trains World. So you've got Odaiku, or Odaku, I think it is.
Please keep personal belongings
it's
with you
Odaku.
at all times.
Alright then.
Any other
Okay, so frame rate seems to be pretty good though, and there's not a lot of blah 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 blah. So yeah, as I said though, it's still not 100% perfect. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, but I got to the best I can get it to. So this will have to do. As I said though, if you know any solutions though that can make the stream even better, please let me know. Alrighty then. So, just close that for a bit. Alrighty then. So, I guess since now we're just driving and stuff, I am now going to talk about stuff. So, I guess we'll start with talking about where have I been for the past month. And the answer is taking care of Dad. So, so back in late 2021, me and my dad were walking over a cliff walk. It was a very, very rocky terrain. And funny enough, they even had signs there saying, this is a dangerous place.
Wait, where was this?
Newport. Yeah, in Newport, there's like a walk, a rock climber, whatever it's called. Which funny enough is a dangerous place and not recommended for people who don't walk very well. For me though, it was no challenge, but for my dad, he essentially he tried to sit down and somehow slipped and fell and completely shattered his shoulder. So basically, I think there was on his left or right arm. I don't know. I don't know my rights and lefts because I'm stupid. But basically, the shoulder fix or something. It's the bit that you use to move. I don't know. But yeah, basically, the shoulder bone was completely shattered. So the only way to fix it would be surgery. And my dad went in for surgery about a month ago in late June. And of course, as you know, surgery can cause some complications. Basically, if you've ever had surgery before, you may know what I'm talking about. I've never had surgery before, and hopefully will never need surgery. But
I have.
Yeah, but I'm sure those who have surgery will understand what I'm talking about. But basically, after my dad got surgery, he had to go through a recuperation process. So basically, he would need help around the house with doing things, and I was the only one available. So I was the one to take care of my dad while he was recovering. And at first, it didn't go very well, because there was one point where my dad had ulcers, which apparently was the cause of low blood pressure. So we were in the hospital for some time. The beginning did not go that smooth. Fortunately, though, as time went on, the recuperation process became less and less eventful, and as time went on, Daddy did improve his condition, and just recently came to a point where my dad was at a point where he could do things on his own once again, and I was able to come back home full time. Now, I guess what was mentioning is that during this whole recuperation process, where I was at my daddy's house, I was at his house for most of the time. You know, like typically, under normal circumstances, I'm here at my mom's house, which is where I'm at right now doing this live stream. I'm here Monday to Friday, and I go to my dad's house on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. However, during this recuperation process, I was spending extra time at dad's house, which meant I had less time to spend at my mom's house. So it just kind of just killed my motivation to like make content. Like I just didn't feel like doing anything like actually productive. I just felt like, you know, hang out with my partners in crime who happen to be with me right now, and also just playing my games. Something that also needs to do.
Yeah, play your games.
But yeah, but on the flip side, the recuperation process is complete now. I am now once again able to be here from Monday to Friday, which means that I am back making YouTube content once again, and I figured I would do this live stream to bring in my big grand return to YouTube again. And I'm kind of painful that this is my second hiatus I've had to go on in just the span of a few months. Fingers crossed I don't have to go on a third hiatus for whatever reason, especially with the content that is coming. So now that I'm back, well, first of all, this does mean the return of iPad videos, so weekly iPad videos, either me playing a trains game or a train simulator. In fact, tomorrow I will be recording a new Train Simulator 3 video. Hopefully I'll have that video out on Friday. And then following that, we'll have the typical release cycle off a Train of ATS video following that, then Trains 2, then Train of ATS 2, and then Train Simulator 3. And that's like we'll just repeat over and over again for now. So yeah, return of iPad videos. Also, Bill and Ted, I guess I must say, Bill and Ted Season 4 production is resuming. Yeah. So it's not completely resuming though, because one of the things that's held back the last few shorts of Bill and Ted Season 4 is the lack of voice actors. I do have a plan to get some more extra voice actors. In fact, I've actually decided I'm going to pay for voice actors. Except for the fact that Social Security is being stupid again. Yeah, I remember back when during the new computer saga when Social Security weren't paying up, they're at it again. So my mom though will hopefully go to the Social Security office tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to get somewhere with it. I don't know how far we'll be able to get because you never know with Social Security. But I'm not gonna try to get my hopes up too much, but at least hope we can at least get something resolved tomorrow. I don't know, but whatever happens, we'll probably explain on the Train Simulator 3 video that I'll have out this Friday, as I'll probably record the Train Simulator 3 video either. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's that. And then there's other stuff. So I'm going to be a bit more discreet about this. Let's just say that some big changes will be coming to the channel soon. In fact, right now, actually not right now, but next month I'm probably going to be beginning, I'm going to start to actually begin this changing process. I'm not going to go into detail yet because I'm full of surprises. Yes.
No.
Haha. But yeah, all will be revealed soon. Speaking of revealed, it is time for me to talk about Train Sim World 3. That's right, Train Sim World 3 was revealed just yesterday. And boy oh boy, was it, it was a thing, I'll say the least. For one, they really went hard on the hype for Train Sim World 3. In fact, I think this is the hardest that Dovetail have gone to hype up a DLC or a game I've ever seen. Like even back in Train Sim World 1, I don't think they hyped up this hard. Train Sim World 2, neither. But basically what they did for Train Sim World 3 is that leading up to the launch, or the whole reveal of it, they had a 24-hour countdown timer. And during that, they also had clues, and even a couple reveals. Like they even shed some light on some things that's going to be in Train Sim World 3, which I will talk about. And then, when the countdown was close to 0, and the ICE-1 train rolled out the tunnel, that was when we knew that, yeah, things were coming. In fact, let's just say that the countdown was, like, so, like, insane that I literally couldn't sleep. Like, from the moment that the live stream started, through all the 24 hours to the big countdown when the timer reached 0, I didn't get a wink of sleep. Now, part of that did have to do with the fact that I did sleep a lot over the weekend, and I also got a lot of sleep from Sunday night to Monday. Yeah, so basically my sleeping schedule got a lot of whack. So the hype to Train Sim World 3 was definitely something. And then Train Sim World 3 itself was revealed, and I was left a bit disappointed, to say the least.
Only a bit.
Yeah. So then, since now we're at Train Sim World 3, I'm going to start out by talking about the new features coming to Train Sim World 3 then, because actually there's not much, to be honest. So I guess I'll go over then the new features that I basically took note of. So the first new feature that will be in Train Sim World 3 is the only feature that I am actually super excited about, and that is longer routes. At long last, Dovetail have figured out how to make a route longer than 40 miles in Train Sim World, because for the entirety of Train Sim World's lifespan, it seems like 30 to 40 mile long routes is the norm, and then you'll get the occasional 50 mile long route and the even more occasional 60 mile long route. But anything longer than that, dream on. Well, fortunately, it is a dream no more. It is a reality. We are finally breaking past the norm, and we're actually making routes that are actually genuinely long. I'll talk about the routes in question in a bit, but yeah, basically we are finally getting longer routes, which really improves the potential by a lot. This makes so many routes possible now. One that I can already think of is the Northeast Corridor from New York to Philadelphia, because that is a route that has a lot of potential in Train Sim World.
Where's my Stella?
Haha. But of course, the one thing, of course, holding back that kind of route was, of course, the route length. Dovetail they just didn't want to go past 60. Well, now they've done it. So now at this point, Dovetail have absolutely no reason to not do the Northeast Corridor from New York to Philadelphia. So you could probably expect that route to come, I don't know, some point in Train Sim World 3's lifespan. It's gonna happen, alright? It's gonna happen. And when it does, that will actually be a pretty good day. At least I can't wait for the day that we get Train Sim World Northeast Corridor from New York to Philadelphia. It also, of course, opens up the idea of routes for like the East Coast Main Line. I can also imagine that someday we'll probably get the East Coast Main Line from London Peterborough. That'd be pretty cool as well. And someone even suggested that maybe one day Dovetail will even go as far as to make the Marias Pass route for Train Sim World. Now, I'm not sure.
We don't need another West Coast route.
That's not even in the West Coast. That's in Montana, you blithering idiot.
Whatever.
Oh my lord. Anyway. Yeah,
Well,
so
Montana is almost west.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Marias Pass route might happen someday. Now, I don't actually know about that though, because the Marias Pass route is 153 miles. Now, of course, we are getting longer routes in Train Sim World 3, but the question now is, how much longer are they willing to go? Well, we've already know that they're gonna push past the 100-mile long barrier, as I'll get into in a little bit. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how much further Dovetail are willing to go with their route lengths. How much longer can we expect? Of course, the three routes that are going to be included in Train Sim World are kind of already an idea, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing what is to come in terms of routes now that we have pushed past the 60-mile long barrier. So, now we'll get into the things that don't really excite me as much, but I guess that's still worth talking about. And now we're getting into the whole selling point of Train Sim World 3, and that is they have completely revamped the nature aspect of Train Sim World 3. So features, of course, include dynamic weather, 3D clouds, redone lighting, umbrellas, new rain effects, redone storm effects, spark effects, breaking wind, and snow clouds. So I guess start with dynamic weather. That's the biggest one. I mean, it's basically what it says on the tin. It means that now we have the ability to start a journey in the daytime. Oh my god! Start a journey with the sun out, and then end a journey in pouring rain. So yeah, it's basically that. Like, yeah, it's start in sun and in rain. Yeah, there's actually not much more to say about that. That's just kind of what it is.
All we need on top of that is live weather. The local weather live in the game.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool as well. Next thing is 3D clouds. That's also pretty self-explanatory, and yes, 3D clouds as opposed to 2D clouds. 2D clouds have basically been a thing in Train Sim World up until this point, and in this case though, the clouds actually don't look that bad. I don't know.
That's true is.
But yeah, But basically, Dovetail have decided to just, ooh, a full Deutsche Bahn train, that's interesting. But yeah, Dovetail basically decided just going to basically redo the skies, so no more ugly-looking 2D clouds. You have to get realistic-looking 3D clouds, which, to be fair, do look pretty nice. And I'm definitely keen to see how they look when I'm actually playing the game.
I'm more excited about what sunrises and sunsets are going to look now, because they look atrocious at the moment.
Yeah. They actually did show a screenshot of that, and it actually looked pretty good.
Okay.
Next thing is redone lighting. So the entire lighting aspect of Train Sim World has been completely redone from scratch in Train Sim World 3. Basically to make it look nicer, I guess. I mean, let's be honest though, the lighting was already fine as is in Train Sim World, so I don't really know why Dovetail figured, you know what, now, let's start from scratch and do it all over again. And yes, I will say it looks a bit better. But not a whole lot better. That's kind of my issue, though. Next thing is umbrellas. So yeah, this is something to do with the passenger characters in Train Sim World. Where basically in Train Sim World, if it's pouring rain, you know, the characters, of course, they just look as if that nothing's going on. But for Train Sim World 3, passengers will now put up umbrellas when it's raining. Yay! And speaking of rain, we also have new rain effects, which isn't very much, actually. Basically means now that you'll actually see the rain falling down, like the rain will actually, like basically, it drops like it does in real life when it hits the ground. Yeah, basically have more realistic looking rain. Next thing is redone storm effects. So basically this is, stuff like thunderstorms or snowstorms that has been completely redone from the ground up as well, which I don't think it's actually, I mean, it's not a necessity, but it's a cool thing, I guess, because to be fair, the
Thunderstorms don't exist yet.
Yeah. I mean, technically we did have thunderstorms, or we do have thunderstorms here in Train Sim World 2, but they didn't look that good. But to be correct...
No, we don't. They only exist with mods.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically there's that. But now in Train Sim World 3, you actually can choose that without any mods at all. Which I guess is nice, because the thunderstorms, to be honest, didn't look that great in Train Sim World 2, so... but in Train Sim World 3, they do actually look quite good. I'll give them that. Next thing is spark effects. So this is basically, this is if you're playing electric trains. And of course, in real life, electric trains will occasionally have sparking, either, like if you're driving a third rail train like this one, you'll have sparking with like the shoes and the third rail, and then with an electric train, or overhead train, the paragraph will occasionally spark with the overhead wires. This, of course, that's the thing that happens in real life, and it is a thing that will now happen in Train Sim World 3 occasionally, which I think is pretty neat, I guess. And next thing is breaking wind. Basically, they have also revamped the wind effects in Train Sim World 3. So basically, depending on the strength of the wind will actually have an effect as to how your train will drive. So if you're driving right into a gust of wind, basically you might have to put the throttle up a bit more to get the train up to speed. So I guess that's kind of interesting. And finally, snow clouds.
That was not a thing before. Are you serious?
Yes, this is a thing in Train Sim World 3 now. This was not a thing in any previous game, I guess. But yeah, snow clouds. So snow clouds is basically the effect of when you're driving a train in the snow, the train will kick up the snow and create like a snow cloud around like the wheels and stuff. That is an effect, of course. I guess that effect wasn't present in previous games, but is now present in Train Sim World 3. So yeah, basically the nature aspect of Train Sim World 3 is going to be completely different from Train Sim World 2, and that's the whole selling point, pretty much. I think I would have rather had something a bit more creative, let's say, like perhaps a route editor or scenario editor. I mean, not scenario, multiplayer, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. Okay then, so here's the other new feature in Train Sim World 3. This is we're getting to kind of more minor stuff now. They have completely redone the UI. So all brand new user interface is coming in Train Sim World 3. I don't think it's much different. I mean, I say it's not much different. It's not much different in terms of like what you can actually do. Although there was one thing that I did find kind of cool. So previously in Train Sim World, you would just pick a route and then you get the selection of trains. And this worked fine before because of course most trains were just specific to each route. However, as Train Sim World has gone on, there has been more cases where you have a singular train that can drive on multiple different routes. Except before you have to go through all the different routes to find like all the routes that the train's available for. However, now in Train Sim World 3, you can either pick a route or you can pick a train, and then you can pick from the selection of routes that the train will be available for. So, for example, if you pick the ICE 3, you'll be able to then drive on either Cologne to Aachen or they made to Augsburg, I think, and also on the new German high-speed rail, which we'll talk about in a bit. Or things like the BR-187, I think it was, the 187 that Skyhook made. That locomotive, I think, is like available for almost all the German routes. Basically, if you want to, you could pick that locomotive as it is, and then pick from a selection of routes that it's available for. So that's pretty nice. And the next thing, and basically the last big feature, well, big, I say big, the last new thing in Train Sim World 3 is the Training Center. And the Training Center is actually kind of cool. So, as we know, trains are difficult to drive, especially for an idiot like me who half the time has to play the tutorial before actually driving the train itself. Now, previously,
That's normal.
yeah. Now, previously, all tutorials for each train took place on the route that the train came with. However, starting in Train Sim World 3, all tutorials for driving trains will now take place on the Training Center. At least that'll be for
So
the...
essentially an academy.
Yeah, it is basically the Train Sim Academy from Train Sim Classic. Which I think is pretty neat, and one thing that I find to be very interesting is that the Training Academy is essentially a separate route. And what I do find interesting about the route is that the route itself has a very familiar layout. In fact, I think that the Training Center route thing for Train Sim World 3 is pretty much a recreation of the test track from the very early days of Train Sim Classic, which I think is a nice nod to, the past. Pretty neat. So basically, we're going to have a test track in Train Sim World 3, so that's going to be interesting to play around with. And I think there's also a mode where you don't even, you don't even, have to do, a training thing. You can just pick a train, and then you load up on the route, and then you can fiddle around with the train and get used to it. Essentially, what you can do now is that you could take a train, practice driving the train on the test track, and then once you're familiar with the train, you can then take it on the route that the train drives. So, for example, the TGV Duplex. And the TGV Duplex is probably the most complicated train to drive in Train Sim World 3. If you are an idiot like me and you have no idea what you're doing, you can take the TGV Duplex on the Train Center, practice driving it, and then once you're fully ready to go, you can then take it onto the route that it drives on, of course, the LGV thingamajiggy. Pretty neat.
Marseille Avignon.
Yeah, that route. And also, in case you're wondering about Preserve Collection, well, they're going to be doing Preserve Collection a little bit different this time around. Now, back in Train Sim World 2, it seemed that for all the routes that were present in Train Sim World 2020, they just released the routes, month by month or something. But for Train Sim World 3 this time, every single route available in Train Sim World 2, be it a Train Sim World 2 specific route or a route that was also in Train Sim World 1, all of those routes will be available in Train Sim World 3 from day 1. So from launch day of Train Sim World 3, you'll be able to play every single route that was also available in a previous Train Sim World game, which I guess is pretty neat. So, for example, I'm driving London Commuter right now. I could also play this in Train Sim World 3 on launch day, so that's pretty neat, I guess. You don't have to wait this time for all the old routes to come back. You can just get started right away, and any route that comes out afterwards will be something new. Yeah, there you go. So I guess that's a pretty neat thing. So that's all the features and things in Train Sim World 2. But the part that I find to be disappointing is this is the third game in the series, and there is still no route builder and no multiplayer. And people do kind of agree with me on this, because I've looked at the comments under all the posts, like the Twitter posts and the live stream chat, and there's actually a pretty good amount of people that kind of share my thoughts. This is the third game in the series. It's a lot of the traits that Train Sim World 2 had kind of are happening again with Train Sim World 3. Train Sim World 2 was almost the same game as Train Sim World 1, except for a few additions. This is basically that all over again, and it's just disappointing because, a lot of us were hoping maybe we're gonna get multiplayer, maybe we're gonna get route builder, and third game in the series, and there's absolutely no sign of it everywhere or anywhere. Now, Dovetail will be hosting a Q&A soon, and I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, will be asking where in the world is multiplayer and where in the world is the route builder. Can we expect these things in Train Sim World 3, or are we going to have to wait until Train Sim World 4? Oh man, if they have this, if the answer is the latter thing, that might actually cause people to quit. And to be honest, I can't blame them one bit. Plane! There is
No,
a
I think how that's go. One game will release the root builder, and the other game will release multiplayer, or the other way around.
I had a brainwave, and I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened. Part of me thinks it will.
Dovetail Games is all about the money.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I don't know. Especially with how hard they went to hype this game up. I mean, I literally lost a whole night of sleep. Not entirely, but mostly. Well, okay, halfway because of this stream. I was like, I couldn't wait for the timer to reach 0, and when it finally did, because the funny thing is that when they got onto the features of Train Sim World 3, I kept on hoping that perhaps they were gonna get to it, and they didn't. It was, in fact, most of the new features is literally just a bunch of weather stuff. It's basically all the stuff that I listed under the revamped nature stuff. Yeah, I decided just to include it in one section because it's all the same stuff, pretty much. And dang, we're gonna be here for a few minutes. As other people are stuck. Well, I guess we'll just check out Gatwick Airport. MBTA train. Alright, I guess since we're here, Gatwick Airport, we have a few minutes till we leave. I guess I can just, we're gonna get out here and run watch some trains. Alright, well, I've talked about Train Sim 3 itself, but now, I guess I might as well talk about the 3 routes that would be included in Train Sim 3. So as per usual, we're getting a route based in Germany, a route based in Britain, and a route based in the United States, as there is another plane. So, let's talk about the routes then. So the first route, and the one that is basically the big one, is the, so this is the German route, high-speed line from Kassel to Wurzburg. So this is basically our first proper German high-speed route. Now, of course, will be the first ever German high-speed route. That honor would go to Cologne to Aachen, and they made another German high-speed route. That was the Munich to Augsburg route. As there's an announcement. Hello, Gatwick Express train. How are you today? Wait, are you not? Oh, never mind. I'm right at Gatwick Airport. That's, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, high-speed line Kassel to Wurzburg. Now, of course, this is, like I said, this is the first high-speed route that's in Germany. But it is the first one that is actually long. That's right. And not just long, either. In fact, this was the part that kind of just blew me away. So the high-speed line from Kassel to Wurzburg is a staggering 115 miles long, which almost doubles the length of the previous longest route in the Train Sim World world. And I tell you what, I was actually like this is actually one. Well, this is basically the only thing that actually blew me away. I was like, what? Did Dovetail Games finally figure out how to make long routes in Train Sim World 3? Because the first route length they actually mentioned on their the whole Twitter game thing, the thing was 90 miles long, and I was already surprised by that. I was like, 90 miles, that's pretty long. And then they announced the route length for the Kassel to Wurzburg route, and 115 miles. I could not believe it. Like, wow, we're finally going to be getting probably long routes in Train Sim World 3.
And it's the first route that runs through my state, Hessen.
Indeed. Wait, it does?
But it goes just past Frankfurt. Those damn... yeah.
Haha. But yeah, Kassel to Wurzburg. So, what about the route, Kassel to Wurzburg? Well, I guess one of the things about this route is that it's kind of a one-trick pony, as some people pointed out. It is just high speed. There are no regional trains on this route. It's all going to be high-speed stuff. And what is this? It is a blue Japanese train working with a TRE train. And this is the part where Russell absolutely blows on the microphone. Wow, Russell didn't blow on the microphone for once. I mean, my god. Russell always blows on the microphone at the side of the blue Japanese train. Is Russell still in the call?
Oh.
Hey, Russell. You're supposed to
No.
blow on the microphone. Look, it's a blue Japanese train coupled up to a TRE train. Ha 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 ha!
Unattended baggage will be removed and may be destroyed by security services.
Thank you, announcement. But yeah, high-speed line Kassel to Wurzburg. So, high-speed trains, yay. But only high-speed trains. Yeah, no regional trains, just high-speed stuff. Although, there's also gonna be some freight stuff. Yeah, freight on high-speed line. I can't believe either, but yeah. So this is basically... Yeah, so there's going to be a thing in this route, though, where at the nighttime, you'll be able to drive a freight train on the high-speed line. However, if you do drive said freight train, you might be pulled over to let a high-speed train pass. So that's interesting, I guess. And I guess talk about the trains included as well. ICE 1 making its train sim world debut in this route. Very cool.
Something exciting.
Yeah. And of course, with that, you also get the ICE 3, which you've already had before, and the BR 185. So basically, get one new train, which I guess is cool. ICE 1 is pretty cool. So we got another train in the ICE family of trains in Train Sim World 2. So that's Train Sim World. So that's pretty neat. And the route itself, I'm looking forward to driving it. You know, I mean, how long have we needed a high-speed route that's like actually long? Because one other thing that I find to be interesting is that Duff themselves even said that you're gonna get to 280 kilometers per hour, and they're gonna stay there for most of the route, which sounds fun. Definitely looking forward to that, and also definitely looking forward to how long it will actually take as well to get from end to end. Because right now, the closest thing to a high-speed line we have is the LGV Mercedes Avignon route, which is 60 miles long and takes basically no time at all to complete because it's high speed. Well, now we have a route that is almost double that length, so it'll actually take a genuine amount of time to complete, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you also have some more stops on the way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. That's
so
going to be
you have one
interesting.
in Fulda, I saw.
Yeah. Alrighty then, now for the UK route, and this is it's an interesting route. Southeastern High Speed Extended. Yeah, so this is the first time in transport that we have seen a pre-existing route become longer. So this Southeastern High Speed route is pretty much the route from London Faversham as we had previously, but it also comes with an extension of the High Speed one itself to Ashford. So what you can do now is that if you're driving a Class 105 from St. Pancras, is that you can either go to Faversham like normal, or you can continue down the High Speed one to Ashford, so that's an extra 40 miles. So I believe that's going to make the High Speed 1 route itself a total of 65 or something like that miles long. 60 miles. So that's basically another High Speed route for us to play with. High Speed 1 isms are occurring, or happening in Train Sim World 2.
That's almost the full high-speed one route.
I think it is actually. That actually might be the... I don't know for sure, but yeah, it might be about like up to the Channel Tunnel. So that's gonna be interesting to play with.
Well, Ashford is not at the Channel Tunnel. There's still a way to Dover, but...
Well, yeah, but it's also just...
But the high-speed one, like, officially might end there.
Yeah.
Let me actually look that up. High-speed one.
Alright, so I guess as far as trains though in the Southeast High Speed, spoiler, it's all stuff that we've had before. Southeast where you get the Class 395, Class 375, Class 465 is going to be included this time, so that's neat. Class 465 will no longer be a separate DLC. It is now going to be included in the Southeast High Speed route, which is pretty neat because there was absolutely no reason for the Class 465 to be a separate DLC, especially with how there wasn't even that much route mileage to drive the Class 465 on the London Faversham route as it was. And I think even like the third rail section from Ebbsfleet to Faversham, I think that's going to be like the same route. But of course, the main selling point is the high-speed one extension to Ashford. And finally, also get Class 66 for freight hauling as well for Southeast High Speed. And finally, American route. For this time, it is the Cajon Pass. So, not necessarily a new route to the Train Simulator lore, but it is a new route to the Train Sim World roster of routes. So, Cajon Pass. So actually, I also forgot to mention, so the Coutts to Wurzburg route, that's going to be 115 miles long. South of the United States is going to be extended from 50 miles long to 90 miles long, and Cajon Pass is going to be 85 miles long from end to end. So we also get a nice long American freight route to play on now. Of course, we already have 1,000,001 American freight routes already in Train Sim World 3, but now it's nice to have an American freight route that has some distance to it. Yay! As far as stuff,
I'm
trains.
not really too pleased by it.
Haha. As far as trains, well, you get your typical big, massive American freight engine thing. You also get your smaller freight engine. So nothing new as per usual. But that being said, however, for all you BNSF fans, BNSF will be making its train sim debut with this route, and we probably should have seen this coming as well. One thing I realized, because fun of late last year, Dovetail came to an agreement with BNSF to once again be able to sell BNSF licensed stuff from outside of the United States, because there was, for some strange reason, back in 2016, BNSF decided to change their licensing policies, which meant that BNSF licensed add-ons could only be sold in the United States. So if you lived in anywhere besides the United States, you couldn't purchase any BNSF routes. But then, in late 2021, this was fixed, and now you can once again purchase BNSF routes from any part of the world, and BNSF has now made its debut in Train Sim World 3. Yay. And Cajon Pass, I like Cajon Pass. It's not my favorite route in the world, but it's still beginning to racing drive in Train Sim World 3, so I'll give it a try. And there you go. That's Train Sim World 3.
I only know the Cajon Pass for having had like 3 accidents in the past.
I mean, yeah. Yep,
And then it's super difficult to drive on.
yeah, I think actually they mentioned that Cajon Pass is like one of the steepest gradients in the whole United States, and I mean, yeah, the steep gradients are responsible for 3 runaway trains. Yeah, so, but Cajon Pass will be an interesting route to play on, when that comes out. So as far as release dates go, well, Train Sim World won't have to wait very long. It's coming out around this time next month. Yeah.
6th of September, they say.
Yeah, September 6th or something, I think it was. Although, if you pre-order this game, if you get the deluxe edition, you get 4-day early access! Yay! Yep, so they basically pulled a Forza Horizon, pretty much. Right, so that's Train Sim World 3 then. So yeah, what are our thoughts on the game overall?
Not really too excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really either. So yeah, this is basically gonna be another Train Sim game that I will not be buying. I will be torrenting though. As soon as a torrent is available, I will be getting it. But yeah, as soon as the torrent for Train Sim 3 becomes available, I will be downloading that. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I'll probably play all 3 of these routes on the channel at some point in time. We'll see what happens. And that...
To go over this.
Yeah, for some reason, Rosa's against piracy, but I don't know why, because piracy's so good. I love torrenting things. I love getting things for free. That's how I was able to watch the entirety of the Grand Tour series. I just got a yellow light. Oh, because of the station I'm done.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh my god, okay, this is actually unacceptable.
But, hey, Amazon Prime is expensive. Also, we gotta slow down, or do we? Oh, balls, that's a yellow light. Okay, slow down. Oh, never mind, the lights of the station. Ah, Penn Central sucks!
I didn't ask for your screaming, but okay.
Yo, mother! Penn Central's rubbish! Oh! Yo, mother! Yo, mother! Hello, Blue Japanese train. I'm gonna stop at time. Oh, no. There's a red light. Stop!
It was yellow before that.
No, I'm gonna overshoot the red. Stop! And we blew the red.
You really do need the signal HUD if you can't even see.
Yo, mother! Oh, hey, Train Sim World 3 effort. There you go. ICE 1 coming to Train Sim World 3. Yeah. I'm stupid. Alright. Oh no, I have to drive all this again.
And in the stream, you just run the line. Or you could just hop into the back journey already. Oh, okay, no, you're loading from last checkpoint. Hey.
Yep. Alright, I'm sick for audio checks, by the way. Switch to the audio is good.
Wait, is this Gatwick Airport?
Pretty. Yes. Yeah, they're about. And also, in case you're wondering about preserve collection. All right, so yeah, I guess it's working. I don't know.
Wait, why can I hear the stream?
I don't know.
Okay.
Alright, so I do apologize for having to wrap this start section all over again. I am stupid.
Yeah, you are.
Yamala! Alright, so I think that's all I have to say for Train Sim World 3. Now, of course, there is more details that will probably come up for Train Sim World 3, so if there's anything else I have to say for Train Sim World 3, then I'll say it. Otherwise, I'll just wait till it comes out, and then I'll probably play on the channel for a few times. Alright then. So, now on to the final topic that we have to blabber about. I thought this blabbering wasn't going to last anywhere near as long, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, so it is interesting that I am currently driving on a route called the London Commuter. Because one of our partners in crime went to London recently, and it didn't go very well. Let's say least. So,
Yeah, that's an understatement.
yeah, so would you like to tell us the light version of what happened in your time in London?
Okay, so basically, let's just say what was meant to happen. So I did fly on the 4th of August to London. Then the next day, I would have gone to York and Edinburgh with the Interrail pass, which you can get as a European citizen. The day after that, I would have gone to Wales, to Cardiff and Swansea. Then I would have had a day in London. Then I would have gone to Brighton and Eastbourne in the south of England. And then the next day after that, the 9th of August, I would have flown home.
Yeah.
Now, from the second day onwards, I said would have because all of that did not happen, unfortunately. So I landed in London and I had a great time. I got a tube ticket. And then once I got out of the tube and I had to look for my hotel, the first thing I did was get lost.
Oh.
Which, but it was still fun. But then I realized that London isn't really the great city that I thought it was because, I didn't expect there to be so many homeless people in London. And so much dirt, and it's just... Yeah, but then the worst is still to come, which is the hotel. So, turns out, in my booking confirmation email, the so-called booking confirmation email, it said that my mother's international bank card was not accepted, and that I would have to pay the full price at check-in. Now here's the problem, I don't have my own bank card, and I didn't have enough cash money with me. So, I was basically stranded there. And I didn't know what to do, and I was afraid that maybe I'd have to sleep on the streets in London. So then, the hotel manager offered me to use a service called Western Union, with which my mom could send money from her bank account over to England, and I would be able to pick it up. I could be able to pick up the cash money at one of their pickup agents. So then I looked up, my mom painstakingly sent the money over, which took hours. Western Union is quite an atrocious service, it turns out. And then I went looking for those pickup stations on maps, and I went to 2 locations, and at both of them, it wasn't there anymore. So yeah, I basically went around looking for Western Union pickup points. I went back to the hotel, they gave me maps and directions for more, and I ended up walking around the streets of London all the way up until 11 PM. And London is scary as it is at night, but when you're doing that, whilst being afraid of having to sleep on the streets as well, that just makes it 10 times worse. So yeah, I ended up becoming homesick, and then I told my mom, nope, I'm not staying here anymore. We booked a coach ticket, and I took the coach home, had a change in Paris, and the coach ride was a whole nother atrocity. But so I ended up arriving in Paris at 1 AM, and then leaving Paris at 9 AM, so I basically spent the night in Paris. And yeah, but then with the second bus I did manage to get home back to Germany, and here I am
Yeah.
with the and I'm never coming back to London ever again except for as a super inconvenient rail hub.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if you guys are interested to hear the full version of Andre's story, that video will be coming to his own channel in due time.
Yeah, be prepared though, it's 50 minutes long.
Yes. See, that was just the light version, the full version.
Yeah.
And yeah. Hey, Russell, do you have any big adventure stories to share?
No.
Haha. Alrighty then. So, wow, we actually finished talking about all of our assaults just before I arrived at. Okay, technically, before I arrived at Brighton. That was delayed because I am a complete and utter moron and didn't slow down enough for
You
a
still
receive.
wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. Hey, go to the fun game! I mean, 377.
Okay.
Hey, it's
Now
Electro
what I'll
Star,
do
okay?
is I'll look at this. I'll look at the signal HUD, and if I see a yellow signal, I'll tell you about it.
And here's the full route for anyone that's curious. This is the London Commuter. Yeah, London Commuter. I'd say as of right now, I'd say it's the best route in the train sim world.
In fact, that's ruining it for me now that it goes to London.
Yeah.
But I think it's still my favorite route because I mean, I've been to Victoria in real life, and I must say the train stations and the tube, they were nice experiences.
Yeah.
So I
Did you
will.
see Freddie Mercury's house?
I
Oh.
did not get to see anything.
Oh.
Although I will say, on the coach ride home, I did see Big Ben, I saw the London Eye, and I saw Tower
Was
Bridge.
it still being restored?
What was being restored?
Big Ben.
Nope, it's finished.
Wait, what?
Yay!
They
Big Ben is
finished it?
finished.
Yeah, the Big Ben is completely there,
Oh, good. Okay.
and it looks very pretty, I must say. But when I saw those 3 attractions, right? So, Big Ben, London Eye, and Tower Bridge, like the 3 big attractions in London, I was like, okay, now I've seen this, I never have to come back to London again.
So basically, it's all the stuff in London that everyone goes to London to see.
Yeah, I saw them from the coach, but it was good enough for me.
Ah.
I think even if I didn't see them, I wouldn't have come back. And luckily, if I do decide to use London as a rail hub, because, you know, London has all of those train stations, and to get from train to train you have to use the tube. And thank God the tube actually goes underground through central London, so I don't actually have to see it.
I guess what we could do next time is if you have to go to London, you could get a hotel that's like on the
Joni,
outskirts of
he's
London.
not coming back.
I'm not going there.
I didn't finish, you bloody idiot. What you could do is that you could get like a hotel on like the side of London and then take a tube into London and then get to your destination with that.
No, what I'll do is I'll travel to different cities now.
Or that.
So one plan I already have is getting a plane to Gatwick, and I can get to Brighton from there.
That's also an option.
Because the Gatwick Express luckily also goes southbound.
Alright, so this time I actually managed to stop the decision properly, not completely overdrive it. Yeah. Alright.
Oh, so you were also meant to stop here.
Well, yeah. See, the thing is, though, is that whenever I see a yellow light, I think to myself, uh-oh, there's a train ahead. Floating cars! Ah! This one's green! That's... Okay. Yeah, the cars, they, that's not how cars drive, you blithering idiots. Russell, did you have something to do with this? Russell secretly works for Dupto Games, confirmed.
Passengers are reminded
Shut
that
up.
smoking is
Ha,
prohibited
ha, ha,
at
ha, 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 ha.
stations and on services. This includes e-cigarettes.
But yeah, train to world, yay!
Stupid.
You know, I'm triggered more by the fact how they actually turn into the curve rather than the fact that they're floating.
What?
Like they stop at the spot and then they turn.
Russell, did you not pay
Oh.
attention to the stream? Good job, you woke up Mr. Bubbles.
He should be watching the stream, not sleeping.
Yeah!
Funny, you're 69 yards away from the red signal. 69 yards.
Yes! Well done, me. See, I told you I was the greatest train driver in the world.
You
Not
first of all
really.
didn't do that today,
Ha! Ha!
and second of all, still no.
You're the most delusional person I've ever known.
You're the most stupidest person I've ever known. And welcome to Hayward's Heath. Train! Oh! Ooh, are we about to get some coupling action?
That's what she said.
I think so. Okay, this is one of the things I actually quite like about London Commuter. You get cool stuff like this, so... Okay, I don't know if I'll have enough time to see this. But the train's gonna pull up here. Okay, it's gonna come to a stop. Oh, go, but... Okay, yeah, we have enough time to see this. But yeah, basically
Speaking
this
of
guy...
coupling, I recently saw a post by the Deutsche Bahn where they had two ICEs coupled together, or just before coupling, and then
Wait, what?
They had an undertext below that, and they said, "This is how local trains are made."
Huh. Oh, here we go. Yes, Rich gonna see it. Okay, it's gonna pull up. It's gonna come
MBTA.
to a stop.
This live stream sponsored part by MBTA.
Yay! Alright, he's gonna couple up. I'll do apologize for the occasional black screen. That's because of your mother. There we go, and couple up. Alright, so trains become one, and now they're gonna head off to London, I think. Alright, well, cool things we actually were able to see it in the time that we have to wait at the station.
I'm getting sleepy. This is why Fern yells at me when I wake up early.
Yeah! That's literally the reason why I don't want you to wake up early in the morning! Oh,
Says the one.
God.
Says the one who got 0 hours of sleep last night.
Hey, that wasn't intentional!
All that hype for a game. That's
Oh, wait,
not
wait, wait,
really exciting.
the signal's still... Oh, come on! Oh my god, I just stopped with 3 yards
Wait,
to...
did you run the? Did the signal not change and you ran it?
Yeah, the signal... Well, fortunately I didn't run it. But for some reason my signal is still red. And
Well,
I came...
Look to your left. There is a green signal there.
Oh, don't tell me this guy gets to go first. You...
Whoa, that was really close.
You... Blah.
Okay,
Back a
who's
little bit.
dispatching?
Yeah, Russell! Who is dispatching? Russell? Oops, I want to go to emergency. Oh, hang on. Okay,
I'm not letting you go first because you don't deserve it.
Yamala! Alright, can I at least go? Nope, I have to wait for the signal to change. Okay, who is the gentleman sausage I'm waiting for then? If it's this other train here, I'm gonna blow.
Well, it most likely is because his signal is green.
Actually,
Are you that
hold
stupid?
on. Okay. Yep, the point's set for him to leave before me. Why?
Because he can.
You better leave. Wait, Wilhampton, when is he leaving?
Although I do believe this is not meant to happen. Because I think you're going to be late now.
Yeah, I think the game's broken. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna jump into this train and see what his story is.
Seek help at the next station. Do
Okay,
not
Miss Train, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was meant to depart ages ago.
Drive this southern... Oh my god, Ray was supposed to leave a whole hour ago. Oh, you gotta be joking. Wait, hold up. Where's this guy going to?
Little Hampton and Orr.
Where's that at?
In England.
Yaman! Wait, where's
Okay,
Littlehampton and...
Hampton. Where's Littlehampton? A town in England. Yes, we figured that out already.
Oh, what a joke.
Okay, so there's Brighton. It's between Brighton and Portsmouth, right in the middle.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Train. Too bad we can't finish the service because the game is broken.
Okay, yeah. So you know, from Brighton, if you go west, you get to Eastbourne. If you go east, you get to Littlehampton.
Alright, so I'm just gonna steal this train then, because hopefully he's going to
And then if
Brighton.
you go further, you get to Portsmouth and Southampton.
Because I am at least completing the journey to thingy. So yeah, we're gonna begin this service. Stop at Hayward's Heath We're at... It's right here, you muppet. I think this train came from somewhere.
Oh yeah, every train comes from somewhere.
Unexpected vehicle formation. What? What do you mean unexpected? You know what? I don't care anymore. Whatever. Let's just finish the journey. Tom Hazley is going to He's going to Wivelsfield. Where's Wivelsfield?
How do you spell that?
Wivels Field.
Are you sure it's not double B?
Oh, you know, I just realized something though. I could take this train to the next stop, and
Well, I can't
then
find-
once this train here that I just drove, once that passes by, I can catch that to Brighton.
I
Genius.
find nothing if I type in. Oh, Wivelsfield with a V.
Yes.
There we go.
Alright, so viewers, I do apologize for whatever in the world this is. Don't blame me, though, blame the game. I can't believe
it's
it that
right
they...
next to Hayward's Heath.
Oh. It's not far off. Okay, my only hope, though, is that
Before Burgess Hill, and it's after Hayward's Heath. It's not far away.
Oh, hold on, I just realized, something. Did anyone see the next stop for the train that was driving before this one?
It was Burgess Hill.
Oh, balls. I was not gonna stop at Wivelsfield, so I'm gonna have to, I may have to improvise.
Wivelsfield is right before Burgess Hill. As it seems.
Hmm. Ooh, okay, so what I could do is I could run to the next station, and then catch the train there. That'll work.
Yeah, there's Wivelsfield and there's Burgess Hill. Those two stations are not even a mile apart.
Hmm,
You can
convenient.
walk that. And Brighton itself is not too far away anymore.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever done in this game. Okay, one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I've had to I've had to leave the train I was on before, take over a
It's
train.
yellow signal, by the way.
Yeah.
Yellow signal.
Yeah, I know that's it. I'm paying attention now, and at this time I'm gonna do it properly. Okay, that is a double yellow, so the next signal should be single yellow. Please at least tell me that the train that I was driving before is moving. It is! My train, or my previous train, is on the move. Actually, it's gonna be stuck behind this train for a little bit. So that should be enough time to run
because
to,
this train is late.
yes, that should give me enough time to run to, Burgess Hill, and then catch that train, and then we'll finish the journey to Brighton. Oh, the signal's green. Okay.
Brighton could be your next stop.
Well, I'm looking at the timetable for this service I'm
Yes.
driving now, and it ends at
The only
Wivelsfield.
city after Burgess Hill is Hassex, and that your train might not stop there.
Yeah, I think this train is going to venture off to some part of the route that we can't even...
But yeah, that train
to?
is, but the train you were driving before.
Well, no, the train that I was driving before is going to Brighton.
Yeah, I know, but I think after Burgess Hill, the stop might already be Brighton. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's where we're going.
Yeah, and I think I see the path where this train is going to be going off to. Yeah, there is a track to the left, which goes to. Where is that? Ah, it goes to Lewes, so that one probably goes to Eastbourne.
Ah.
Or, Seaford.
I don't care about your unexpected vehicle formation. It's your fault that the game broke, not mine.
For once, it's actually true.
Alright, so I guess, actually, I think this is the last one. So actually, what I can do here is I can exit the train now and start running to the next station. Also, thing. Alright, so hopefully I can get to the next station before the train does. Let's see.
I think I know what happened. This train was probably waiting for another train to couple up to it, but it never came. Or something.
Yeah.
That's why unexpected vehicle formation.
Yeah.
Alright, run.
Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna pretend to be the train.
You should probably only do that after the junction because you might be picked up by that train when it runs you over.
Actually, is he even gonna leave?
He should be.
Wait. Oh, what? Oh my god.
What happened?
So, you know how the train was like becoming an unexpected formation? The
Yeah.
second half that I left behind is now driving to couple up to that train that I just drove.
Well, there you go.
And falling behind is the train that was driving before, so hopefully. Oh, he's gonna do it on this branch line here. Okay. Alright, I think he is. I don't know. We'll see if the point is set correct. Alrighty then. Didn't expect
I
them
guess
doing a
that
part of this
train was
journey on foot, but welcome.
Severely delayed. Whatever the hell was going on there.
Yeah. Speed!
Yeah, and that's on the stream. I can now see the junction to the left where that train is going to go. And you're going straight on to Brighton.
What are you doing, train? What? He's just pulled.
Yeah, so that track that you saw there going off to the left actually goes to Lewes. Fun fact.
Huh. Well, this train decided not to go that way.
Wait a
For
minute,
some
what?
reason. It's continuing down to.
And it just stops.
Okay, there's the train. Oh, that's gonna couple up. Come on.
What the fuck is going
Oi!
on? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, some very odd things are happening in your game. And someone said hello.
Yay, viewer! Hello, elevators. We're playing. Well, we're supposed to play Train Sim, but for some reason the game was just completely decided to just stop working the way that's supposed to. Alright then. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna jump aboard this train, which ironically is painted in Deutsche Bahn, so I wonder if that has some influence.
Well, it might be the reason why it's so late.
Okay, so I'm gonna take over this train. I was going from Hayward Heath to Preston Park, which is near the end of the line. Okay, except there's a train in front of me. Oh! Alright, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna take over the train. I'm gonna come to a stop at the next station. Let these two trains go. And then see if we can catch my, my actual train. Alright. Let's see if this works. Okay, not to go too fast. We'll couple up.
Preston Park. Okay, there it is. I found it on the map. Preston Park is actually in Brighton.
Alright. And I can no longer drive from this cab because the train's a couple up. Alright then. So what we'll do instead is we'll jump into the front of the train and drive that to Preston Park. Cool. Oh yeah, welcome to Train Sim World 2, where the game has just decided to stop working properly.
Oh yeah, Littlehampton and Orr are not that way, are they?
I do not have permission to drive this service. Oh, great.
You might want to just spawn in Brighton with your new train.
Okay, I'm trying one more thing though. I'm gonna get to the other end of the train, and then drive from that cab going backwards. Actually, that might work. Today you shall witness the genius that I am. Okay, not sure if this will actually work, but let's give it a try. Because, I mean, we kind of have to because it's really well. I mean, it's either do this or just give up and spawn at Brighton and continue the journey. Which I might have to do if I can't get this working. Come on, door. Door? Come on. You're gonna be difficult, aren't you? No, not that door. There, good enough. Alright. And I can drive the service. Perfect. Okay. Reverse. Oh, no, I can't drive from this. It's not working.
Oh yeah, you actually have to open the passenger glass door before you can close the other one.
Oh.
Don't
Okay,
ask me why.
well, unfortunately my genius hasn't worked. Balls. Okay, what if I try resetting the train then? Nope. I have absolutely no control over this particular unit. Which means that these two trains can just be here forever then.
Yep, time to spawn in Brighton. You would have arrived there at this time right now anyway.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do actually before that though, I'm gonna try to find a service that goes from Thing Station I don't remember the name of to Brighton. Or something. Because at least one
Haywards.
Yeah, Hayward Heath or whatever it was.
I think there isn't one, but if you spawn in on foot at Haywards Heath, you can wait for a train to come, or look when a train is going to come, maybe somehow.
I
And
could
then,
do that.
try the train from there. I think that's the easiest way to do it, if there isn't one.
Like, I don't think there's any.
It doesn't look like there's Haywards Heath anyway.
Alright, yeah, so I'm about to get to the explore on foot thing. I'll just spawn in at station.
Haywards Heath?
And okay, and does anyone remember what time it was when we were there?
13 something.
Alright, I'm just looking on my screen.
Nah.
Actually, you know what? I can scroll back the stream.
No, I'm doing it, don't
Hold
worry. Okay, so I arrived there
up.
at
13:51 is when you left, roughly.
okay, so it's 13. Okay, there we go. Alright. I want to stay in the same session, but Train Sim World 2 is just stupid. Welcome back to Haywards Heath, I think. And the train that we were driving before should be arriving any second now. And hopefully the schedule's been fixed.
Wait, the stream just freeze or what happened?
I
Ah,
don't
no,
think so.
there we go.
Oh, okay, so now it's actually working, and this train's actually this was actually going to leave the station before my train, like he was supposed to. I can't believe Dovetail hasn't fixed that yet. See, now the trains split up like they're supposed to. Alright, so where's the train?
Oh, so you're waiting for the exact same train now.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, he's coming. So it's gonna wait a few
Yay.
minutes.
At least that other train closes doors.
Yeah. I realize I haven't installed Trains 3 yet, but I still have Trains 2. Okay. Speaking of trains, Trains content is returning to the channel soon, now that I am finally back making videos.
While you're waiting, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Also, the audio's been...
The Express luckily also goes
Okay, I think the audio's fine. Alright, so this time I actually made stuff that's probably not... Alright, good enough. Just checking the audio levels, because why not? Actually, I'm checking the audio levels because I can! Wow, Buster didn't get triggered by the fact that I stole one of his lines again. I mean, my god. Buster always blows on the microphone when I steal his lines. Wassel, did you leave the call again? Actually, I can check that through my iPad. Oh, hello. Oh, Wassel, I'll be right back. Are you serious? Right, anyways. Yeah, I think the audio is fine. I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch stream back later just to make sure everything turned out as good as it could have. And yeah. Here comes my train. So now it's time to finish the journey to Brighton. Hopefully, properly this time. Also have to edit this live stream, which fortunately no one's actually turned up, so, or not till now, so. All right. Come on. Yep. Okay, train's already set up, so yay, I don't have to do anything. So you're leaving now. Ah. Yeah, I think the audio is fine. The game might be a bit too quiet, but it's fine. Actually, compared to Andrew's voice, yeah, actually, yeah. Come on. Alright, welcome to Hayward's Heath, I guess. Again, welcome back to Hayward's Heath. At least I tried. Oh well. It's so jank.
I'm back.
Yay.
Okay, so as I can see, your train's already there.
Yeah, so I've already jumped on my train. I'm just waiting for the scheduled departure.
Nice. Ah, there's that road again.
Yeah. Hello, MBTA train.
Ah, the signal just changed to yellow in the stream.
Cycle, skateboard, or rollerblade within the station
Wait,
building.
no cycles, skates, or rollerblades in the station? But I like my rollerblades, yeah, mama. Oh yeah, this is gonna happen again.
I did not know that was a thing. So are you not, like, allowed to take your bicycles and skates?
Well, I think you can, you're just not allowed to ride them in the station.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I think... Did they really put a sign up that says that? That's
No,
common
that was
sense.
the that's one of the announcements. Actually, like
Oh,
there's a
okay.
lady that actually speaks.
Although I will say, when I was at Waterloo Station, there was literally a man riding his bicycle through the station,
Huh.
and I was like, what the hell are you doing?
All right, there we go. So now we should be able to complete the journey. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the AP points. Um. Oh well. Speaking of which, you may have heard of the you're okay. If you watch Dovetail's official streams, you may have heard of the 4 Up challenge. I've considered doing that at some point, doing our own version.
Yeah, when are we doing that?
However long it takes for me to get things straightened out.
Because I can't wait to win already.
Yeah, mama.
But yeah, I usually actually I play with the action points thing off, because I just don't care about them. Yeah, it would be interesting to actually care about them for a little bit.
All right, so nearly at. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we have Burgess, then we have Hassox, and Brighton.
Oh, so you are stopping at Hassocks.
Apparently so.
What about Preston Park? Probably not, right?
I don't know. Depends if that's between Thingy and Brighton.
You can just press T and find out.
I just did.
Yeah, well, if Preston Park is not there, then you're not stopping at it.
Well, yeah, of course not.
Yeah, well, why don't you just say no then?
Well, I might still be going by there, but I don't know if that's on the route. Or if that's somewhere in
It is on the
nowhere
route.
land.
It is on the route. I'm on the maps right now.
Oh.
So yeah, you will be going past Preston Park, which is a station in Brighton, so that's already in the city of Brighton.
Stay it. That's going right through Station of Station. And 1 mile away from Burgers Hill.
It's not burgers, it's burgess.
And Burger sounds funnier. And then following that is Hassocks. Alright,
I don't currently have socks actually. No.
Alright, so let's see if I.
But
Okay.
yeah, I am hasn't socks.
Good job. Hello, the train. Plain Jane Southern this time, and yeah, we're gonna stop. But how close? Okay, I'm gonna stop at the platform. By me over to the platform.
Oh boy, this does
Wait.
not look good.
Wait.
You might just.
Close enough. I overshot the time marker by a little bit, but no one's gonna pay attention. Oops, the paths are all broken.
Oh, the platform is long enough. At least the full train is still in the platform. Oh yeah, remember when I was like always complaining about how the trains in the UK are oftentimes not long enough for the platform?
I think so.
So when I was at Waterloo Station again, I spent many hours at Waterloo Station. There I actually found out how they deal with it. They have announcements that tell you if you are getting off at, please board the first 4 carriages or something like that. So yeah, at least they have that.
So
Always try to carry
that's their somewhat genius way of dealing with trains that are longer than the platform.
Yeah.
So I guess rather than just extending the platforms to fit the trains, they just say,
Extended the announcement. Yeah. Some platforms are short. People getting off at blah blah blah. Please board the first 6 carriages.
all right, second to last stop coming
And the
up.
thing is, they do that at almost every single train because apparently trains departing from Waterloo are always too long.
Actually, what trains did you see in Waterloo?
They were all the same. It was all those Portsmouth Direct stuff.
So it was either Class 450s or Class 444s.
Pretty much. I don't think I saw any other trains there. I did. I saw a Class 158. That was a High Line.
Oh, did you also take a look at the old high-speed platforms?
Where?
The ones that used to serve the Eurostar.
You mean St. Pancras International? I wasn't there.
No, no. The super long platforms that the Eurostar used to go to before they built the high-speed one.
You mean at Waterloo?
Yes.
Maybe I did. I'm not sure.
Because I
Is
remember.
it perhaps a little elevated area?
No, it's. No, because I looked around Water Station Tradesman Classic and I noticed the super long platforms, which reminded me that the Eurostar used to go to Waterloo because back in the day, the Eurostar used to go to Waterloo Station before the high-speed one was built, and then they went to St. Pancras.
Yeah, that is the part that is slightly elevated. Yes, that's where I was sitting in front of.
Ah.
And wow, the London Eye is right there. I didn't notice that.
I wonder what those platforms are used for these days.
I saw Class 450s and Class 444s on that.
Okay, so they're basically just extra platforms for Southwest trains to use now. Or
Yes.
Southwestern
yes.
Railways, they're called now.
There were trains going to Hazelmere, others to Portsmouth, all from those platforms as well.
Yeah. Because did you know that the Eurostar used to go to Waterloo before the high-speed one was built?
I did not, but yeah, now I do.
Because interestingly enough, so, yeah, there was once upon a time where the high-speed one didn't exist, but the Eurostar did go to the UK, except, of course, high-speed one didn't exist yet, and there was no... Actually, the only London station that I guess could take on the Eurostar was Waterloo. Oddly enough, for that section, the Eurostar actually ran on third rail. Yeah, they had the Eurostar used to carry third rail equipment for when we go to Waterloo.
The UK making things difficult for everyone.
Yeah. But the high-speed one was built, so the Eurostar went there instead, and oddly enough, after that, the third rail equipment was removed. So now the Eurostar exclusively runs under overhead wires, which it is a high-speed train after all.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even sure if it's theoretically possible to have like a third rail super high-speed train, because it would bounce around too much. So yeah,
Well,
overhead wires.
There are high-speed trains that use them, like the Class 395, but I don't think you could actually have them run fast. Because the thing is,
No.
the third rails, like, they only have like 1,000 volts of... What do you call that in English?
Yeah, electric volts or something. I don't actually know.
No.
Electricity.
No.
Sausages.
What's the technical term of that? Oh god.
All right.
Wait, is it literally called voltage? What the hell?
Yes.
Tension, power. Voltage, okay. Electric potential. Okay, that sounds very smart.
Never heard that technical term before.
But yeah, the voltage on the third rail, I don't think it can exceed like 1,000 volts. Meanwhile, high-speed trains run on like 25 kilovolts sometimes.
Yeah, I think 100 miles per hour is pretty much the limit for third rail trains.
And third rail is not very convenient anyway.
I mean, third rail works.
Yeah.
Well, I think third rail is like best suited for routes like this, for like commuter trains or semi-fast trains.
I think they should generally be avoided.
Actually, I think third rails are typically used in places where it's pretty much impossible to put up catenary poles.
Yeah, in that case, they're very useful, yeah. Ah, yeah, of course, the UK has lots of very low tunnels. And very low stations, but they can't build that. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. And now I'm interested. Ah, maybe that's also the reason why the Berlin and Hamburg S-Bahns use third rail. Which are like the only third rail routes I know in Germany. Yeah, tunnels. Tunnels are probably the reason.
I wonder if I could catch a Gatwick Express in Brighton and then just take that back to London. I'll probably start a new service, but we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, and one other interesting fact about Victoria Station. There is a huge board where it says all the train departures, right? Like, all good stations do. And there was actually one, so it was like multiple displays, and one of the displays was just when the next Gatwick Express was going to go. So it said, your next Gatwick Express is arriving in 14 minutes. And I was like, wow, this is actually quite interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
And also, I'm not sure if the game has that, but in real life, the platforms that the Gatwick Express run from actually have pillars that say Gatwick Express on. I'm not sure if I saw them in the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't exist, because I mean, dovetail. Wait, are you just really early, or is the speed limit going to drop really badly?
I think I'm ahead of schedule.
Or are you going to be stopped by a red line? Ah, yellow? Nope, it just switched to green.
Oh yeah, we have a
In
yellow.
the street.
Oh, it's just turned to green. Okay, so I'm following a train, I think.
Yeah, maybe you'll have to stop because of that.
Oh, my track is all clear now, I think. Hello, train.
I think the speed limit doesn't drop below 40.
It goes down to 40, then it goes down to 25.
Oh, it does, okay.
Well, even then, still not gonna take 7 minutes to get there. Now let's say
Yeah,
going to
I think
yellow, but one thing I've noticed that sometimes competitions and the light is red at the end of the platform. Can I just say, I absolutely hate it when the signal at the end of the platform is red, even though there's no real reason for it to be red.
Brighton has buffers.
I mean, okay, yeah, Brighton makes sense, but I mean, every other station that doesn't have buffers at the end, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, approaching Brighton, and yeah, all systems are clear, and we're gonna arrive 6 minutes ahead of schedule.
Well, no, you're still gonna need a couple minutes to get
I
there.
mean, yeah, that's true, but quite a bit ahead of schedule, as it turns out. Okay, it's 25. I don't know, it goes down to 20, but still. And there is the branch that goes to the East Coast way.
Yay.
Something I might check out sometime on the channel. I also see some peculiarly rolling stock around here in Brighton. There's a Class 313 sitting on the siding. And there is the Class 09. Or whatever it is. Don't see any Gatwick Express at the station though, so I guess I'm gonna have to...
The mini shunting locomotive with a... Ah, no, I forgot the word again. What do you call those sticks at the wheels on a steam engine?
The drive rods, or coupling rods.
Yeah. The diesel engine with the drive rods.
I actually think the drive rods is an American term, and coupling rods is the British term, or something like that.
But I actually forgot what the German word is.
I've always just called them drive rods.
Within the station building.
Okay. Yeah, Treibstange, that's the word.
Alright, we made it to Brighton! Yay! Journey was a little bit rough.
Well, for the UK, for
Um,
English UK, it gives me driving rod, drive rod, operating rod, or connecting rod.
Alright, so the journey was a little bit rough. I had to leave the game for a bit and start a new thing, but we made it.
Why
As the
would it
Class
be called
313
coupling
arriving.
rod?
Hello.
That makes no sense.
I mean, it does couple the wheels together, so...
Ah, yeah.
Actually, one thing that I found out, the reason why they put those drive rods on the on those early diesel trains is I
Because
think
they
it was,
only had one axle powered.
wait, is that right? I thought it was to increase the traction.
It might be that as well, but that was just my theory.
Alright, so I got basically no points for that because stupid game is stupid, but whatever. Alright, I'm gonna go drive the Class 387 back to London. Alright, well, okay, so that was around 14 o'clock or something? Yeah, 13. Gatwick Airport to London. I want Brighton to... Here we go. Alright, Brighton to London. A few minutes after. Trains at World 3. Pre-order now. Get 4-day early access. Yay! Anyways, Class 387.
Oh yeah, I also completely forgot there were some electric locomotives that used it as well. Like the early crocodile
Blue
trains.
Japanese train. Wait, hold on, I want to turn down the downlink. Hang on. It's a rainbow. Apparently, if you hold down H, you can create a light show with the lights. But for some strange reason, I can't find the button that turns off the light that's below that's on the front lower bit.
You just turn it off. Off. Put it on off. You've got the marker lights on. You have to put it on off. Or to your right, it says what the setting is. Put it on off. Hold down H until it says off.
Wait, what? They're off.
You have to put the left thing, you have to move it up to off. There it is, off.
Hang on, it does tell you there's a roof light, but
Also, yeah, leave taillights at auto.
I don't
And
know.
just put headlights to off, and then it's off.
No, I'm trying to turn it on.
Oh. Well, in that case, put it on day running.
There's a... Whatever. Doesn't matter. Right.
You can leave the taillights on auto, and then put the thing on day running.
That's what I've done.
Okay, good.
Alright. Gatwick
Yes,
Airport.
have you? In the stream, you're still at marker lights.
Well, I turned on the micro lights only so it doesn't look weird.
No, put it on day running. This is
Fine.
legal.
I'll do it properly then. Alright, so we're at London at 15. Oh, balls. It's gonna take a whole hour?
Yep.
Oh.
It takes 1.5 hours on some southern services.
Wasn't that stupid thing? Because I want to make this live stream a perfect 2 hours, but now. Okay, well, Steph's gonna go over that.
You started streaming 106 minutes ago.
I mean, yeah. But the whole plan was spend 1
Which is
hour
already
driving. My plan was spend 1 hour driving the southern train from London to Brighton, then spend another less than an hour driving.
But it takes longer than an hour to do so. Didn't you look that
Yeah,
up
but I
before?
thought that the quick Gatwick Express service would have been quicker.
Well, you already picked up quick southern service.
Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Wait, no. I'm gonna get to. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I'm just okay. I've totally lost the plot now. Okay, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna get to. Okay, so we get to Brighton Brighton. Gatwick in 20 minutes time, and then it's gonna take another
Half hour, I
30
think.
minutes to get to.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping.
Yeah, because the speed limits drop at London.
Yeah, so I was hoping to be able to end the stream like at a perfect 2 hours, but it looks like now it's gonna take 2 hours and a half again.
Because London is a slow city.
And yeah, and it's also oh, now
Yeah.
the light works. Huh? Wait, seriously? Okay, that's magic. All right, whatever. Alright, hopefully this time we don't run into any stupid red lights or whatever. Or stupid trains, I should say. Red lights are fine if I can prepare for them.
Oh yeah, by the way, fun fact about London being slow. The coach ride out of London took 80 minutes.
Huh. So it took 18 minutes to get from the station onto the highway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh well, I think we were already on the A something in London. But it took 80 minutes before we got the sign that we went across the border to Kent.
Also, there's something else that I realized. So if we took a coach from London to Paris, what was it
Yeah.
like going under the water or whatever? Did they have like an underwater
No,
tunnel or
on a
something?
ferry. We went on a ferry.
Oh. Ah, ferry!
Yeah, I know. The ferry was late too. But to be honest, I think it takes longer through the Channel Tunnel because there are huge traffic jams before it.
Alright, since we went up being a 2.5 hour stream, well, yeah, I figured I would just drive the this route from one end to the other back end because that's you know, I'm so glad this era is starting to come to an end now. But yeah, most of the routes in Train Sim World are so short that you can basically drive them
This one is decent.
there and back again. And I mean, I like this route. I like London Commuter, but most routes are like insane how short they are.
Yeah.
Well, now that Dovetail will be making a 115-mile long high-speed route, they have zero excuse. Because I actually remember a really long time ago, I saw a clip from a live stream of Matt Pelson explaining why they can't do long routes. And apparently the reason is that it would be too expensive. And out of himself that, oh, we could make a super long route, except then we would have to charge an absurd amount of money for it, and we know that wouldn't sell. So that's why we choose to do shorter routes, because you'll actually buy that.
They should be charging less for DLCs in general.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of which, there's actually one more point I guess I might as well bring up for Train Sim World 3. So the price for the standard edition of Train Sim World 3 is going to be $50 US. And I know, but I will admit that is a bit of a staggering price. However, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do think that price is at least somewhat justified. Because you're getting 3 routes that are absurdly long, and if you add them all together, you get a total of 280 miles of track to drive on in total. Which, if you divide that, that's about like 30 cents a mile or something.
The general normal prices for DLCs are already expensive. They should be lowering them.
Yeah, but it's also just...
That's more expensive than Train Sim World 1 was when I bought it.
Odd enough though, it's starting to approach the price of most AAA games. Because most AAA games these days cost $60. This one's $50 though, so I mean, I don't know, whatever. All things considered, though, I would have at least been able to somewhat look past that price tag if they brought in the features that I've been asking for, but they didn't, so no thank you. I'm good.
Yeah. I think I'm good forever now. I've spent enough money in the games.
So, Class 387isms. Oh, I accidentally put on the sander for a second there. We don't need sander today. It's completely clear weather. I guess I'll talk about some of my thoughts on this London Commuter route. Actually, as a whole, I was kind of excited for the when they announced the rush hour thing last year. Although, of course, as you probably could guess by now, there was one route in particular that I was super excited for. But I thought it was also pretty cool that we were getting London Brighton as well. In fact, I think this route also fits the bill pretty well for the whole rush hour theme they were going for. Yeah, so what about the Class 37 then? Well, it's a train. Going fast, indeed. Now, odd enough, the Class 37 has also had an interesting history back in Train Sim Classic. So originally there was a Class 37, but it was a reskin of a Class 375 done by Super Alps. Then more recently, Thompson Powers came up with their interpretation of the Class 387, which was also just a repaint of a pre-existing Electric Star train. Actually, I wonder how they did the cab and stuff. I haven't actually checked out that pack yet. As far as Gatwick Express trains, though, I kind of would also like to see other Gatwick Expresses, like the earlier ones, like the Class 442 and the 460. I think that's asking a bit much. Because there's enough. I bet you that when Dovetail got around to making this Class 387, they just took a previous existing Electrostar and they just made all the changes that they need to, and boom, Class 387. And of course, there's also recent Dress Sim, which I probably will play at some point on the channel.
Yeah, that was the least exciting one out of the three.
Yeah, at first I was unimpressed, but then this started to drive that route a bit, and I thought it was kind of nice. Also, Blue Japanese train with Go Treasure Train, yay!
Well, it's Saxony, what do you expect?
Sausages.
Actually, yes, you can get sausages in Saxony.
That's a shed. I thought that was like a boxcar or something. Huh, didn't know James made a train shed, or a shed at the side of the track. Alright, so it's 6:51 local time where I'm at, so I'm still within like the sausages. The time frame of the live stream, however, yeah, we were going a bit over that. Well, I think we still could have done it, or at least we've gone only a little bit over, if the game didn't play up. And that's the thing that I've noticed on all the Rush Hour routes and the Harlem line too, where you'll have random signal sausages where either the signal doesn't change or a train just goes on strike. And I understand that there's a million and one trains on the route at the same time, but come on. Also, hello, Delta Atlantic, it's got us thingamajiggy. It's a rapid ribbing, a British route.
It's in England, though, unfortunately, for you.
I mean, yeah. And I kind of ran out of things to talk about, and not a lot to say about what's going on in the game either. I wish Russell was here, but no, Russell left, and he hasn't come back. Not the first time. Oh, come up, bit uphill. Yes, a bit of power. Power solves many things. Hello, station. One thing I also find a bit interesting is that for some reason they decided to give the class, well, I say in real life they decided to give the class 387 a new horn, different from the 377. Right. At a power station. I think it is. So, all things considered, I am really interested to see what's going to happen in Train Sim World 3's lifespan. What I also find interesting is that they released Train Sim World 3 only 2 years after they released Train Sim World 2. And even Train Sim World 2 only came 2 years after the first, like, bundled version of Train Sim World 1. You know, the version that included the Great Western Express, the North Dakota to New York, and the Rapid Transit. Because that came out in 2018.
Speed limit?
Yeah, no, I got the speed limit. So that means that if the trend continues, we might be getting a new a new Train Sim World 3. I can't talk anymore. A new Train Sim World game every 2 years. Which
Hope
would
not.
which would be fine if the games weren't so similar.
You know, why don't they just make it system updates in general?
Yeah, that's the part that also kind of baffled me a little bit. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they're not the like. I mean, with Transport Fever, it makes sense. They redid the whole game from scratch. But in Train Sim World, they're not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, that also brings up another thing that I realized with Train Sim World 3. For the longest time, I thought
Yellow
that yeah, don't worry. I thought for the longest time that Train Sim World 3 was going to be on the Unreal Engine 5. But no, Train Sim World 3 is still running on the Unreal Engine 4, which I do not understand in the
nothing has
slightest.
changed.
Because the thing that kind of like makes me question is because you know, I can understand it because Train Sim World 2 released in 2020 and the Unreal Engine 5 came out in the same year as that. Now I can at least understand them not going to Unreal Engine 5 right away because, you know, Train Sim World 2 must have been like pretty far into development when Unreal Engine 5 came out. However, we're now 2 years down the line. They've come up with another Train Sim World, and yet they still haven't used Unreal Engine 5. Why? I have no idea. Yeah, so,
Oh yeah, I think the red signal is behind Gatwick. No, it's not. Gatwick is still miles away.
yeah, no, this red light's it's quite a it's because, oh, you gotta be joking. Is that, okay, now the train is moving. Oh, there's not even on my track. What's he doing?
But you're early.
Not that early. Also, are we gonna waste a few minutes waiting at a red light? Really?
You are quite early.
Yeah, but
Like it's-
it's still. That's stupid.
You're stupid.
And I'm an express train, so why didn't I get priority?
Because you're early.
Blah. So-
Express trains are held up if they're early.
So cool, I get to stop at a station that I'm not even... Oh, now it goes yellow. Okay, fine. Back on the floor we go then. I do have to go slow though, because the next signal is also red, so... Guess we'll be chasing yellow so we get to Gatwick. Thanks, whoever's operating the signals today. Anyway, yeah, and before Train Sim World 4 releases in 2024. That's a lot of
God forbid.
4s. Well, I don't know. I was about to say though before the game went all weird and stuff. You know, and I question why didn't they just update like Train Sim World 1? I mean, or Train Sim World 2020, whatever.
Because money.
I mean-
Everyone gets to buy the game again. Yay.
I mean, yeah.
At least it's not as bad as FIFA,
Well,
where even your like you just lose everything every year. Here you at least get to keep your DLCs.
hmm. Yeah, because I feel like if you're gonna make a sequel to a previous title that you made, you gotta change it up a bit.
Yeah.
And especially if you repeat the same practice over and over, people are eventually gonna catch on to it. And I mean, if Dovetail's so desperate for business, then they oughta do better, because
Oh, I think that was a plane in the distance in the stream.
yep, that's how you know we're getting to Gatwick. But yeah, Train Sim 3. I don't know. How about this though, Dovetail? I'll make you a deal.
But yeah, I'm boycotting everything from now on.
Yeah. But you know what, though? I'll make you a deal with you. I will buy whatever version of Train Sim World actually has the features that, well, we all been asking for.
No, ScotRail does not run in England. This is the south of England.
Oh, are we guys sorry about this? No, this is all the way in the south. ScotRail runs in the north.
If you're talking about the game in general, there is a route in Scotland. I forgot its name. But it's like Glasgow or something.
Yeah, I think like the Glasgow Circle Line or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright, so meanwhile I am being held up by yet again another red light. I guess Gatwick Airport's a busy station at this time. Bit weird. Hello. Ooh, an all MBTA train. Oh yes. Oh, I don't know why, but for some reason this reminded me of something else that I forgot to talk about in like my thing of days. So, I did plan on doing a 10-year anniversary special. But due to a bunch of sausages, you know, my original plan then was to then just do it like his. Originally, I was gonna do the 10-year special on the day that my channel turned 10 years old, but then sausages happened, so I figured, okay. My next plan though was to then do it in the summertime, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen either because of a bunch of other things. So I have decided that the 10-year special will become the 11-year special. Okay, I'm going too slowly. Okay, lights yellow. Okay, full speed. I'm gonna arrive right on schedule, or close. Okay, I want to get the train to pop because this is a 12-car set. Oddly enough. And
Actually, now that I've said it, I'm not sure if Scotland really doesn't run in England. Like, maybe it does go across the border. Let me look that up.
absolutely nailed it. Why are there 3 Gatwick Express trains though all here at the same time? I mean, I get this is Gatwick Airport, but really? Hello, plane again? Okay, so I'm not gonna be very long. Nothing's here. Oh, the light disappeared.
Yeah, okay, ScotRail does cross the border in real life. There are some ScotRail trains that go to Berwick.
Irish question, have you been in LNER? I have never even been abroad. I've only ever been in the United States. So no, I would never have been on LNER. But hopefully one day I do ride LNER.
I would have gone on LNER if my trip to the UK hadn't become a total disaster. Screw London.
Okay, so it's 14. Okay, so I'm gonna get to London in half an hour. So this last one will be just about an hour and no, 2 hours and a half. Okay. All right. Hopefully, stupid Russell. Wait, what? Oh no. Okay, okay. I'm just checking out something else. What in the world is this?
I also heard that LNER has good service.
Okay. I think that was good. I think I was in them once. Well, if you rode a train that was painted red, then yeah, that would probably be LNER. Alright, so no stops to London. So, alright, so 22 miles to go to London. However, it's gonna take half an hour to get there, so yeah, I guess we're gonna go very slow. ScarRail, when they have short routes, they are bad, that's fine, but the long ones are actually good. Huh. That's the most bizarre thing I've ever heard.
Interesting fact. I live in Germany, and the Deutsche Bahn can't manage anything.
I live
Okay,
in
it can manage having lots of trouble every day. That's what it can.
yeah. I live in the United States, and Amtrak can only handle the Northeast Corridor. Everything else is
Trash.
it's yeah. Worst thing about Skyway is the delay. Well, if that's the worst thing, then Skyway must be pretty good then.
Yeah.
Ooh, Terry train with a standard Southern train.
In Germany, Deutsche Bahn can oftentimes have your train not run at all.
Oh.
Yeah. But at least you wouldn't commute for 4 hours. Like, to work. So I think if you're going on a holiday somewhere far away, somewhere trying to escape the north of Scotland, I think a little bit of a delay wouldn't be too bad. But, no. Oh, yes.
Alright, so we're gonna drop to 80 for a bit. Okay, yeah, so I guess what's gonna happen now is, of course, so I'm guessing the schedule is factoring in lower speed limits, and we're probably also gonna get held up just outside of London Victoria for a little bit. Because I think just about every single time you drive a train in this game into London Victoria, you pretty much always get stopped by a red light for a couple minutes. Didn't Virgin Atlantic have trains, but then retired? Don't think I've ever heard of Virgin Atlantic. I've heard of Virgin Trains, but I have no idea what Virgin Atlantic is.
I've never heard of Virgin Atlantic either.
Alright, so okay, speed limit down to 80 because of curve.
But then again, I'm not
back
from
to
the UK, so I have no idea.
Alright, speed.
Virgin Atlantic is an airline. Well,
Huh. I thought it was just called Virgin Airlines or something, and then I don't know.
so that's what's behind airplanes having Virgin written on them.
Virgin isn't here. No. Okay, well, if we're talking about Virgin trains, yeah, so Virgin managed the West Coast Main Line from like some point in the early 2000s all the way up until 2019 or something. When they got taken over by Avanti West Coast. And Virgin also operated the East Coast Main Line from 2015 to 2018. I don't know if they were supposed to manage this East Coast Main for a little bit longer, but then for some reason that ended early for some reason, and so got taken over by Eleanor, which is operated by something. I think the government. I don't know. But yeah, Eleanor is operated by someone. I don't know. You have to take the Wikipedia page for that because I forgot. They have Virgin Australia and used to have Virgin America, but they retired those. Yeah, I remember at one point, a couple of years ago, Virgin Trains was supposed to, or were going to take over Brightline and become Virgin Trains USA, but I guess that's not going to happen now. I kind of want to see Virgin Trains return somewhere. Okay. So I have 14 miles to go to London, Victoria. Although point claims to take 20 minutes to get there, so I guess that's factoring in the speed limits. Although even the speed limits, they do actually stay relatively high until you get close. Then it goes down to 45. Ooh, a blue Japanese train. Okay, okay, so a 12-car train, a southern train that was sandwiched between a blue Japanese train and a Deutsche Bahn train. By the way, if you're wondering, if you really want those liveries, 3 of the liveries have actually been uploaded to the Creators Club, and I do want to upload the blue Japanese train, but there's a few things on that I want to correct before I do publish it. And that's if I ever get around to it. I might not ever do it. I'm lazy.
If you want to get on a route,
anyway,
you have to own it first.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't played trains.
And this route is called London Commuter. So if you want to get on there, you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Or get it in other very legal ways.
Yeah, I think Trainsim is an in-game store or something. So if you're on console, I think there's like an in-game store somewhere where you can. Yeah, so then you can find a whole store which has a bunch of add-ons.
You can also find all the DLCs in the console store.
Yeah. Or if you're on PC, I believe there's also an in-game store, or you can go on Steam or the Epic Game Store, or you can do what I did and just torrent the whole thing. I'm in a race!
And yeah, London Commuter.
Aha!
Even though it goes to London, and London is atrocious, but the route itself is quite good.
I've just overtaken a commuter train. Alright, so 11 miles to go. It definitely doesn't take 20 minutes to do 11 miles. Even factoring in the speed limit.
Speed limit drops.
I mean,
you're gonna be very slow through London.
Yeah, but it's also just.
And you might already be entering it in those 2.3 miles.
I mean, we're getting close. Because we have a speed limit drop coming up.
I think you might have already crossed the border into Greater London.
Can I just see something? Oh no.
What did you see? Red
Um,
signal?
no. Oh, I should probably be paying attention, but no, I saw something. There it is. Floating track. Oh, hello. I made another gear train. Yay, I'm Boston. Haha.
I haven't quite found them yet in the stream. Where are they? Ah yes, floating track.
Yeah.
I can now also see them in the stream. Yeah, stream.
Oi! Slow down! The speed limit's going down to 60!
Indeed.
Oh, 45, really? Oh, okay, yeah,
Yep,
now we're gonna be
I
going.
told you were gonna be slow.
Oh.
And yeah, now you are definitely in London.
Ah.
Also, yellow signal. The best ScotRail route I've been on is Waverley Inverness. Wait, isn't it called Inverness? Okay, I might ride that one.
Oh,
Day.
what? Okay, and I'm coming up to a red. Please stop. Oh, also, it's very important I don't
No, it's
overshoot
actually
because
called Inverness. I'm stupid.
even I knew that. Alright, so I've come up to a red light just outside of East Croydon, or whatever Croydon this is, and it's just going to yellow. Okay.
So yeah, actually, after my atrocious visit in London a couple days ago, my mom doesn't really want me to go back to England, but she did say that she would go to Scotland with me, so let's see when that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, one more thing that I was wondering. So you took a plane to go to London, right?
Yes,
So which London airport did you actually land at?
City Airport.
Oh. You know, it would have been funny if you landed at London Stansted Airport, because that's where the Grand Tour boys were at one point.
Yeah, but Stansted is not in London.
Hmm. Fun enough, even Jeremy mentioned that in the intro of that bit. This is London Stansted Airport, which is located nowhere near London.
Yeah. Just like most airports.
Yeah. That was a really good bit, by the way.
I mean, even Gatwick is not that close to London. I mean, it takes half an hour to get there by the Gatwick Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are really only two airports that are close to London because they are literally in London, which are Heathrow and City. And I landed at City because it was cheaper to fly there.
Ooh. Ooh, there's a pair of MBTA trains in each other. Huh. If I wasn't in London, I would have thought I was in Boston. Okay, I probably shouldn't speed up too much because I have... Okay, that's not a single yellow. Alright, I'll do the line speed. But as soon as I see a single yellow, I'm jamming on the brakes. Oh, it's gone to green. Okay. Alright, whatever then. That's not a rush hour. I mean... Okay, it's almost like 15 o'clock, which is like...
The beginning of rush hour.
Yeah, but still. I don't know. Alright, single yellow, double yellow. Okay, but we're still doing 70 miles an hour, and we're 6 miles away from London, so... Okay, so we're probably gonna get stopped at maybe 1 or 2 more reds. Although, really, I shouldn't be getting stopped by any reds at all, because I'm an express train.
Express trains can still be held up. Also, you're just a Gatwick Express train, which doesn't really count.
But it should. Because I only have 1 intermediate stop compared to all the other commuter trains that have a bunch of stops. I am basically the definition of an express train. Local trains are slow when they stop at every station. Express trains are fast and only stop at big,
90 miles an hour
important
max
stations.
counts as an express train for me.
Eh.
Well, I mean, it is an express train because it doesn't stop at all the stations, but it's not like a real, proper express train.
Well, you kind of have to like factor in like train of ATS logic, cause
Yeah.
yeah.
And even there, express trains are also held up, so what are you on about?
Yamala! Alright, 4 miles to London, and yet it's apparently gonna take 13 minutes to get there. I bet you that a lot of those are probably gonna be spent, because I'm doing 70 miles per hour, which
Well,
is
you have a
actually
lot
pretty
of
quick.
yellow signals, and you seem to be following a train.
Yeah, so I am... So I am probably following a train. So...
And it's not uncommon to stop at a red signal right before Victoria and stand there for a couple of minutes.
I mean, yeah. But still.
I'm not sure how that is in real life, because I didn't actually see what is going on in front of Victoria. I was only able to watch from the back.
An MBTA train has been sandwiched between 2 southern trains.
Oh no.
Okay, 3.5 miles to go. Even at the speed we're doing, it doesn't take 13 minutes to do that distance. So yeah, we're probably gonna get held by at a red for at least a few minutes, which does happen. I don't know if I did when I first started driving on this route. I did do a Gatwick Express service soon after I did local service, and yeah, I actually was held up for a significant amount of time.
Speaking of being held up by reds, London traffic lights.
Yeah.
I think there were only like 1 or 2 traffic lights that were actually green when I got there. That I didn't have to wait at for like 30 seconds or longer.
Alright, so 1 miles till the speed drops to 45. So yeah, we're probably gonna get held up at a red. I wonder how many other trains that I'm gonna be raiding with. Because it just seems like oh no.
Are you running a red?
Possibly.
Also, I just saw you passed a double yellow signal at 60 miles an hour and you didn't slow down. What the hell are you doing?
I'm stupid.
Yes, indeed you are. You know, signals are not there to be ignored.
Unfortunately, I did slow down.
You passed a single yellow at 60 miles an hour. Are you insane?
I was getting distracted, okay? Unfortunately, we did stop in time, so we're good. So which train is holding me up now?
You're also early.
Alright, who's on my track? It's you. Okay, he's just leaving the station, but still. This game sometimes.
Top tip from real life British rail procedures, by the way. Train drivers usually tend to crawl up to a signal in hopes of it to change yellow or green.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that, but yeah.
Because then you still keep the momentum a little. Also, don't accelerate too much. Okay, you did good.
Okay, we have to absolutely try not to overrun a red light, because otherwise if I don't, I'm going to start all the way back at Gatwick again, and I really don't want to do that.
Also, I recommend max speed passing a single yellow 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're totally not going to do that at this signal. Yeah, you pass it at 40. Or actually, no, that's not what I do. I usually tend to pass single yellow signals at 40 to 45 miles an hour, and then slow down to 35. Because it seems like 35 is always a good speed, or that when you see a red signal, you can slow down in time.
So I guess I'd say Russell's dead.
Huh.
So, I'll make sure to yell at him later.
Oh no, central London. Blech.
Really more British trains or American trains by design? It honestly depends on the train.
I think overall British. I mean, when it comes to a Cellar 2, any train is better.
Well, come on, the Solo 2 looks nice.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Even the Pacer is nicer than that.
No! Well, I guess if I was to go off, like, critique the designs of the most recent American trains, well, there's the ALC 42, which looks all right. It's good, I guess. A64 looks pretty good. Acela 1. I mean, that's not really a contest. And I guess your more typical American freight trains, I mean, to be honest, I can't really think of an American train that isn't an experimental unit that looks heinously ugly. Like, yeah, there are a good amount of American experimental trains that just look atrocious. But as far as like a train that's in regular service, at least right now in the present day, I can't think of one that looks heinously ugly. I think the least attractive locomotive would be the Siemens Charger, and even then, it's not awful. It's just average. And the same goes for British trains.
Yeah, the Siemens Charger is not pretty, but the Cellar 2 is worse.
Nah, Solid 2 was brilliant.
No.
Alright, so as I expected, red light right outside London Victoria. And we're probably going to be here for a few minutes, so... Guess
Welcome
watch
to
the trains go
London.
by. Southeastern 465 departing.
Yeah, I essentially live to mock London now.
I guess what are my own thoughts on this other two? Fine. I'm gonna get shot for saying this, but the Acela 2 is now one of the best looking trains in all of America.
No.
It looks so cool. Like, you
No,
know,
it doesn't. The coaches are atrocious.
the coaches. Alright, see you later,
Delta.
Delta.
Delta letting the Scottish Silk Wing leave.
Yeah, man.
One people made him leave.
What's the Acela 2? But as far as British trains, again, besides experimental units, I can't think of a British train that looks heinously ugly. Oh,
There's one German
The faces look terrible,
EMU that I don't like. I forgot what it was. BR4. Oh god, what was it?
come on, give me a train game. Come on. Ooh, there's a yard right over here. I forgot this yard was here. What's in here? Oh, 1465. Okay. I guess this guy is here as a spare unit. Oh, hello, train! Oh, my signal's yellow! Yay! I can pull into the States. A 4-car 377. I mean 377. Alright, good. No more signals. Which means we just pull right into the station. Also, try not to break the speed limit. I guess one of the that being said, one of the strangest one of the strangest experimental units though that I've seen of British is the original Hush Hush class. The front end just looks so bizarre.
Oh, I actually just found one that is quite weird. It's a Hamburg S-Bahn train. The BR 472. Wow, it's not the one I was looking for. Wow, what was it? BR 411 was that? No, that's an ICET. I'm an idiot.
Alright, I get to London a whole minute
Wait, was
early.
I think it was 440. Yes, 440. The BR 440. That's the one I was talking about. I don't like that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Do you remember Train Simulator 2020? The standard DLCs that came with it. It was on the title screen.
Oh, you mean that one? That's the...
It has a very flat front.
that one's alright. I mean, it's not exactly beautiful, but... Yeah. Alright, well, Deltic, you've arrived just as the life was about to end.
Train I know. And also, it's brand new. Why would you design something that's brand new and yet so unappealing?
Silver? How would I only get a silver medal?
Also, it seems like the Gatwick platforms do not have the Gatwick pillars, which is unfortunate.
Alright, whatever. You know what,
Damn
game?
you,
I don't
Delta.
care. Alright, and... welcome back to London Victoria. And that's pretty much going to be the end of this live stream. So yeah, I am back making content once again. I said I'll be recording a Trains 3 Trains 3 video tomorrow, and if all goes well, that video will be out on Friday, and then after that, regularly scheduled videos will be happening and sausagizing and stuff. And hopefully, I want to go on a third hiatus for whatever reason. Yeah, because I actually like making videos.
There's Victoria. That's
And-
where I was, behind the gates.
Ah. Wait, did you actually get to walk onto the platforms, or could you only?
Well, no, the gates are there.
Oh. Wait, do you have to use your ticket or something to get through the
Yes.
gates? Oh.
Yes, you can't get in without a ticket.
Oh. Huh, so you can only enter London Victoria station platforms if you have a train ticket.
Yes.
Huh. Is it a GO Transit train? Ooh, a double GO Transit train unit. You know what's funny? I made a GO Transit livery because one of our quote-unquote members happens to be Canadian. And oddly enough, they don't even live anywhere near GO Transit stuff, so it's like... Yeah. And Deutsche Bahn, and other GO
All
Transit.
our trains and stations are no smoking areas. Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises. This includes e-cigarettes.
Thank you, announcement. Train leaving. Oh, Gatwick Express train. Alright, so yeah, this
Also, yeah, damn Dovetail Games for not having the Gatwick Express pillars.
oh.
Because I really like that detail in real life.
Alright, wait for this train to pass.
Also, I will say one other thing about Victoria. The Class 465, the running sounds are even better in real life. Well, I mean, that's to be expected, but
Ah.
it's really nice.
Yay. Well, that is it for this particular live stream. Not sure when the next live stream will be, but next video though will hopefully be this week. So yeah, I'm back. So with that being said, though, hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm once again being drowned out by a class 465 because of course I am. And I will see you in whatever I make next.